Her Excellency Jessica Alupo is a big inspiration to millions of girls out there. But in this document, and under the motion being moved, she's being referred to as Honourable. She's supposed to be referred to as Her Excellency. This is important.
Oh my God. This is important, she says. There's something fundamentally wrong with a country called Uganda. She's having an opportunity to address an entire nation. And she says, let me tell you, what is giving me sleepless nights? Let me tell you, a thing that I've been wanting to say, a thing that you say, if I'm ever given a microphone or a platform to speak to the nation, the thing that really disturbs me is, oh, you have to address the Vice President as Her Excellency, not Honourable. What's wrong with us, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm just curious to know from you, Honourable Clerk, does this apply to our beautiful and handsome spouses?
If I'm traveling, am I going to take my wife with me? Really?
Abroad with spouses for members of parliament is not provided for in the rules of procedure, is not provided for in the law as of now.
Misplaced priorities, ladies and gentlemen. Something is wrong with our country.
Right Honourable Speaker, there's a member of parliament who is seated in the second row and is not putting on a necktie.
What? What? Listen. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I've got something to say. A member of parliament is not putting on a necktie. Really?
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, broadcasting to you from these United States of the Americas. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. From wherever you're watching me and at whatever time you might enjoy this conversation, my name is Mordecai Murisa, and you're welcome to Mordecai Murisa. You guessed that right, live. Indeed. Thank you. I immensely appreciate you all who keep it Mordecai Murisa live every day. We're still trying to fix a few things, but soon we're going to be better. Ready? Listen to that bit. Oh boy, I love it. I saw somebody who said, I don't like your music, Mordecai. Sorry. 90% of the people like the music. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be talking about the detachment from the reality from the members of parliament. And guess what? We're going to be looking at Justine Nameere. Who's she's somebody I don't understand. I don't know. I will save my opinions for another day about her specifically, but she's something. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in what many Ugandans are calling one of the most embarrassing displays of misplaced priorities, the new member of parliament from Masaka City, Honourable Justine Nameere, ignited outrage after passionately pushing for Vice President Jessica Alupo to be addressed as Her Excellency instead of the traditional Honourable. Yes. Yep. In a country where children still walk barefoot to school, where girls abandon education because they cannot afford sanitary pads, in a country where hungry families sleep on empty stomachs, where unemployment continues to crush the youth, Nameere's first priority or major contribution to the national debate was defending ego and prestige of the political class. Unbelievable. This is happening in Uganda. I'm going to go ahead and show you the video. Don't take my word for it. And then we can break this down together. Unbelievable, to say the least.
Right Honourable Speaker, I'm raising I'm raising a motion under Rule 61, and it's under point of privilege. It's very important. The High Excellency Jessica Alupo is a big inspiration to millions of girls out there. But in this document and under the motion being moved, she's being referred to as Honourable. She's supposed to be referred to as Her Excellency. This is important.
Oh my God. This is important, she says. There's something fundamentally wrong with a country called Uganda. She's having an opportunity to address an entire nation. And she says, let me tell you, what is giving me sleepless nights? Let me tell you, a thing that I've been wanting to say, a thing that you say, if I'm ever given a microphone or a platform to speak to the nation, the thing that really disturbs me is, oh, you have to address the Vice President as Her Excellency, not Honourable. What's wrong with us, ladies and gentlemen?
I am kindly requesting, Right Honourable, that the mover of the motion
Order.
refers to the mover of the motion kindly refer to our most powerful woman as Her Excellency.
There's something wrong here. There's something wrong. This exposes everything wrong with Uganda's current leadership, especially the culture. You know, at one time I saw someone saying, oh, I saw them in parliament. They say, point of order, I left them. Museveni, what were you going to do? Do you control the parliament? But there's something wrong within his psychology that makes him think that, you know, he has a right to choose or control decorum and civility in parliament. This endless obsession with status and titles and protocol and worship of the powerful, while ordinary citizens are forgotten. This is what has become leadership in Uganda. And what really makes this extremely explosive is how Nameere herself entered the parliament of Uganda. It was clouded with skepticism from the population of Masaka. Many questioning the credibility of her Masaka victory. Yet instead of, now I have this opportunity, I'm going to show them that I represent the people of Masaka. No, she's not talking about collapsing schools in her constituency. Absolutely not. She's not talking about the collapsing healthcare system in her constituency or the poverty levels or the joblessness we've talked about. No. She chose to campaign for upgraded honorifics of the vice president. Oh, address her as Her Excellency, not Honourable. This is a perfect symbol of political elite or political elitism and how these folks are detached from the reality so many Ugandans live in. It's unbelievable. But when I say that, you might be, you might lose hope and be like, okay, this is wrong. This is, it's sickening. But I want you to listen to what was coming from Honourable Joel Senyonyi.
When we were still at Kololo,
He said,
I, for that moment, felt at ease. I hope I'll continue to feel that way. And here is why I felt at ease. Your speech had 3 critical elements that excited me. Number 1, you promised to be a speaker even for those who did not vote for you, like me. And that's imperative. Because now you have become a referee for all of us. Our hope is that you'll be ready to blow the whistle when there is a hard tackle, as opposed to you actually being the one tackling us. So that gave me comfort, Right Honourable Speaker. You promised in your remarks a corruption-free parliament. That excited me.
mm-hmm.
And you have our support in ensuring this, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, you promised that Parliament is supposed to be open, and so the media is supposed to be welcome here. I want to appreciate, because on that one you have taken immediate action. I was told that the Nation Media Group accessed Parliament today, because they were barred from accessing Parliament for months, and that is wrong. My appeal to you, Right Honourable Speaker, I'm saluting you publicly for the remarks that you made. Kindly actualize the remarks that you made. That's my humble appeal to you. You know, sometimes we say things and then we don't actualize them. But my hope is that you are going to actualize these remarks that you made, that we shall all feel comfortable in being in this house, that I should feel at ease to stand up and object to something. And I know I'm not going to be vilified. And by me, I mean several colleagues, that nobody is going to be vilified for having that school of thought. That's why we are all here. We all have different schools of thought. Honourable Speaker, I have been leader of the opposition for 2.5 years, the 11th Parliament. Leader of opposition by law is part of the Parliamentary Commission. I did not attend even one single Parliamentary Commission meeting.
Now, you realize in his, could call it a maiden speech here, I think his speech in the second term as a member of parliament and leader of opposition, he's been reappointed. He's addressing critical matters. One, free speech. Let the members of the press access, parliament have access to the August House. Two, please walk the talk. Don't just sing the corruption song like Museveni, but actualize it. That is a person who is connected or attached to his constituents. But how does Nameere, I don't know. I know the people are going to be like, oh, Mordecai, we are all different. Absolutely. But our difference is not an excuse for our stupidity. No. No. And that's not an insult to the Honourable Nameere. How do you choose that of all things I'm going to talk about, that now that I have, like I was telling you, Lucky Dube sings in I've Got You, Baby. And then says, now that I got you, baby, I ain't going to look no farther. Okay. Nameere says, now that I got this mic, I am going to worship power. That's what she's saying. Now that I have this microphone, I'm going to worship power. That's sickening. That's so stupid. So now you realize that I'm not insulting Nameere, I'm just stating facts. Go to Masaka. I worked at Masaka. First I worked at 104.9 Subi FM in Kampala, then I went to work to its branch in Masaka, 88.1. I think it was made Centenary FM now. But I know how these people live in Masaka. But that member of parliament gets a microphone and says, we want to address the Vice President as Excellency. Jeez, these people are sick. But hey, I'm not really surprised. I want to show you who we're talking about. She's a master at simping and worshiping power. I want you to leave to watch how she was groveling. Watch here. She's with the unpopular now, controversy-ridden, corrupt, thief, abuse of office, former Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among. Look at how, oh, mama, mommy. Look at that. She's good at worshiping power. And she's not the only one. I think I'm going to have to show you. Another member of parliament actually stood and said, hello, I've got a very important issue to raise here. And, was given a microphone. Listen to what he said. This is a member of parliament. Why did I save my video? Do I have it? Maybe. Maybe. Let's go here. Yeah, before I show you that one, let me show you this one. This one, when had an opportunity. This was through orientation, during orientation. This one says, Peter, his name is Peter Paul Emaju, Kasiro County in Sere District, asked the administration and parliament to explain if the budget allocated for travels abroad for members of parliament also sets aside money for members of parliament's spouses to accompany them when they leave the country. Imagine, this man comes from Serere, ladies and gentlemen. The poverty in Serere cannot be explained. It is unfathomable. The joblessness of people, unemployment. It is unbelievable. But this man gets a microphone and says, okay, if I'm given an opportunity to travel out of Uganda, am I going with my wife so that we can have sex?
Travel and processing of travel documents. I'm just curious to know from you, Honourable Clerk, does this apply to our beautiful and handsome spouses?
Travel abroad with spouses.
What?
To know from you, Honourable. I'm just travel and processing of travel documents. I'm just curious to know from you, Honourable Clerk, does this apply to our beautiful and handsome spouses?
Travel
If I'm traveling, am I going to take my wife with me? Really?
abroad with spouses for members of parliament is not provided for in the rules of procedure, is not provided for in the law as of now.
Misplaced priorities, ladies and gentlemen. Something is wrong with our country. Oh, if I'm traveling, am I going with my wife? Not only that, let me show you something. There was a clip I wanted to show you again. What went down in Parliament today? Was it today? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Yep. Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. I got it.
Rule 88, Right Honourable Speaker, on the rules of procedure, there is a dress code that is meant for members of parliament in the house here. Right Honourable Speaker, there is a member of parliament who is seated in the second row and is not putting on a necktie.
What? What? Listen. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I've got something to say. A member of parliament is not putting on a necktie. Really? This, how, oh my.
So, yes, it's a rules of procedure. Rule 88. No, it is a suit, not a under suit. Honourable Temewaze. And you're not the speaker actually, I'm not the speaker.
Honourable, what's the order?
Is it an order for Honourable Member of Parliament to come to the House
Okay.
Look at his face.
without putting on properly as the rules of procedure state?
It's that's the Parliament of Uganda. Primitive, ignorant, and stupid. How do we end up in that position?
You've now invoked.
How? How do we end up in that position, ladies and gentlemen? How? Of all things you're going to talk about, oh, let me tell you about how you are dressed. It's so sick. But like I've already said, I don't just broadcast this to make you feel sad. It is to open your eyes to the reality of a mess Uganda is, and who cares about dignified and principled leadership to get ready. If you've got children, to mentor those girls and boys to be better leaders, to be responsible citizens, to show them what matters most in life and what doesn't. To guide them when they're watching these conversations playing on UBC, Parliament in session on UBC, to make sure that your kids do not watch this and think, oh, this is how I should behave. Imagine if your kid was watching Anita Among being Speaker of Parliament. They would leave thinking, oh, a Speaker of Parliament is supposed to be bullish in her conduct of the Parliament, should be arrogant, disrespectful. Absolutely not. So that's why I share these conversations, so that we can have a distinction between good leadership and bad leadership. Because the point at which Museveni is going to leave this country will take us quite some years, decades and decades, if not centuries, to really set it. Or bring it back to a semblance of normal. It's so sad. All right, let me know what you think. I thought that was really, really important to show you. My name is Mordecai Mulisa. I'll be back here with a commentary about Lawrence Muganga, the Vice Chancellor for Victoria University, was appointed Interior Minister in Uganda. There's a controversy surrounding his name, so stick around. I'll be back. Make sure you are tapping the notification bell so that you're notified when the conversation is here. So I'll be back here. Bye-bye for now.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.